Welcome to the first episode of Realness with Joé. This week we're going to talk about how to be a better human. I'm going to teach you how to be a better human or to not be an asshole. So let's start with ATM etiquette. Basically, I'm going to tell you what happened to me the other day. I was at the ATM machine and there was an old lady in front of me, so I let her go through and I felt so nice about letting her go before me. So then two people after that walked behind me, so we're waiting in line, waiting for the old lady to finish her transaction because we're nice people. And then I heard an awful noise coming from the machine that she was using, the only ATM. It was the printer that we use to balance our checkbooks. Like, why are you balancing your checkbook at 3 o'clock in the afternoon? Honestly, when I heard the printer noise, it was like a hit of nostalgia. It was like hearing dial-up tone. Like, there was no like the like, it reminded me of that. There was no reason for you to use that printer. Like, the ATM was clearly suffering because it didn't remember how to balance checkbooks, because all it does is print out receipts, and it's a different sound too. So make sure you guys hear that. If you guys hear that next time, like, make sure you push that person out of the way and use the ATM before them. Also, who balances their checkbook in the ATM machine in 2014? It should be exclusively used to only withdraw or deposit cash. Like, who does that really? I don't understand. If you need to balance your checkbook, go see a teller. Honestly. Let us people withdraw cash. I'm also going to talk to you about grocery store etiquette. Basically, why am I saying basically? Because I'm 17 years old. Like, the other day, they were opening a new cache, and this guy cuts in front of me to go through it. And he has like so much food in his cart. There's no reason that one human can consume all that food. And even if it was like a small family of 4, it was still too much food. So I was thinking to myself, my God, is this the Reverend from 19 Kids and Counting? Like, I don't understand why you need that much food for. And if it was the Reverend from 19 Kids and Counting, why didn't you let me pass? Because you're supposed to be a Reverend, you're supposed to be nice. So I had 2 things in my hands, eggs and milk, and you didn't let me pass. So then that's kind of terrible. So don't ever do that, people. Let people pass that have less items in your cart, because it's not fair for them. Don't be that Reverend from 19 Kids and Counting, because you know what happens when that happens. You get a bad reality show on TLC. Also, Starbucks customers. You have to learn how to be a real Starbucks customer. There's no reason for you to like forget that you don't know what you're ordering and you don't know how to pay anymore. For instance, I live in a big city. Montreal is kind of busy. I work downtown, so I'm super, super busy, like all of us. And I get my shit done. Like, everything's ready, usually. So while you're waiting in line for 50 minutes because you're downtown Montreal and you're waiting for your order, why don't you just look on the menu that's written for you to understand what you're going to order? And then don't surprisingly act like you're going to get there to the cash and be like, oh no, I forgot that I had to pay, because this is a country where you have to pay for things. Don't forget that you have money in your wallet. Take it out and don't start counting change in front of the customers, because it's really annoying. So let those people pass. Let my people pass. So when you're waiting in line at Starbucks, there's also a Starbucks app on your phone. So don't be that person who asks if there's Wi-Fi and if they can get onto their Starbucks app when you're at the cashier. Like, open it up while you're waiting in line, because I would never do that.
Oh my God! Like, you're one to talk. I've been with you in line while you were...
So now we're going to talk about public transit etiquette. I live in a big city, like I said before. We have a metro, which is a subway for my fans in New York. Shut up. Basically, you have to let people off before you try to stuff yourself into the metro. Actually, it's such a big problem here now that we actually have arrows drawn onto the floor of the metro stations to teach people that they have to stand on either sides of the door to be able to let people out before they actually get in. So that's how bad it was, is that we had to put hieroglyphs on the floor. So there's no reason for an English person or a French-speaking person or anybody in life to not let people off before they go in, because that's ridiculous. That's not how it works. So don't be an ass. Also, when you're going up escalators, there's always 2 different sides. There's a quick side, a fast lane, and a slow lane. The slow lane is usually on the right side, where you can, relax and take your time. And then the left lane is usually taken to go quickly. So there's no reason for you, a couple of 2 teenagers that want to kiss and make out, to block me while I'm trying to get to work. So move out of the way and just go on the right side, because there's no reason for you to do that. Also, when there's an old person or a pregnant person, maybe how do you say that? Save your seat?
Give up your seat?
Yeah, let that person have your seat because you have to, you just told me how to
Give
say
up
it.
your seat.
Give up your fucking seat, people. Because it's just ridiculous to pretend that you're just staring at your fucking phone when you're not even doing anything. You're in the metro, so there's no signal, so you're not checking a text message. So look up and be a courteous person and let that person sit down because you're an ass. Thank you. So I've also been working in retail forever, but I'm not gonna get into it too much today because I can make a whole episode about that. So I'm gonna do 3 key points basically. The first one is stop calling on holidays that you think are holidays and then ask if we're open or not because I'm not being paid to answer the phone and say, yeah, we're open. Because if I'm here, we are. There's no reason for you to call. Just hang up. Like if I answer and you're asking if we're open on Christmas and I answer, just like hang up the phone and assume that we're open because that's stupid. Also, when you do understand that it's open, that the place of business that you're going into is open on a holiday, and you go shop at that holiday at that store and at that holiday, don't be that person who feels sorry for the employees. Like, oh, too bad you have to work on Easter. Yeah, it's too bad I have to work on Easter because you're here, so you're the reason I'm working on Easter. So don't feel sorry because it's like a oxymoron or something. Also, when you're out shopping, don't be the person who asks if something that doesn't scan is free, because that no one invented that. Like, there's no who did that. Who invented that when you're scanning something it doesn't work, it's free? Like that doesn't make any sense. That don't make sense. So hopefully that helps you a bit and you learned how not to be an asshole. Thanks for subscribing.